Hey guys, Mr. Kyle, Myers Mathematics, and let's just jump right into it. So today I want to talk about some free math courses that are out there and worksheet websites. Alliteration was actually not on purpose for that one. So basically the idea here is when you're studying for a test or a quiz or your final exam or whatever it is, you want to get some practice in. So at some point you've kind of got an idea of how to do things and that sort of stuff, and you can check your work. I made another video on some websites where you can plug in your problem and get it checked for free. And a lot of these websites here have that as well. Of course, they check it as you go, or they give you the answers. So you want to know what the answer. You want to make sure you're getting the right answer, of course. But then also there's some just practice that you need to get in to make sure you're keeping your abilities strong, and to strengthen what you know about the topic. Getting in that extra practice will really help you on the test, so that when you go in, you're feeling very confident. The more you practice, the more confident you'll be, and that's especially helpful if you have any kind of test anxiety or anything like that. And then, of course, some of these latter ones are about just the whole course. So it has practice, it has videos, it has interactive stuff, and this is all free stuff. So little disclaimer, I don't get paid to talk about any of these websites. These are just some ones that I've found and ones that I've used over the years, and that sort of thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into number one, mathdrills.com. Pretty straightforward. You can kind of guess what we're getting into here. And we've got this website right here. So it's all math stuff because it's mathdrills.com. So I just went ahead and did geometry. You can kind of maybe see at the top there, and if the video doesn't cut it off, it's mathdrills.com/geometry, blah, blah, blah. So look at a bunch of different things on here. We've got all kinds of different things that we can work on here. Maybe like powers of 10. Click on powers of 10 here. So those are all ads there. But then you can click on like this right here. View PDF. Continue. And it wants me to convert something here. I just want to do the thing. Yes, I want to cancel the installation. All right, let's see if we can figure this out here. All right, well, this is dumb. This is officially really dumb. Yeah, I want to cancel the installation. Okay, so view PDF. It looks like that's not, I want you to do some sort of thing there. Let's see if I can just open it. If it'll let me do it. Hey, there we go. You can open it. Okay, so don't click the other thing that I clicked earlier. Just click open, and then boom, you have your worksheet here. So just a simple worksheet. Things that are this, and then to the power of 3, 0, -2, that sort of thing. And oh, very interesting. This is like a British thing. Notice they have little commas instead of decimal places. 3994 times 10 squared. Yeah, they have the comma right there, but then notice they have the comma right here. So that was actually a decimal place. So this is maybe a little confusing if you're in America and you're not used to this, but in other countries they actually switch around the decimal place and the comma. So their commas are actually decimal places, and their decimal places are actually commas. It's really weird. But that's why everything is the way it is. So if you look down here, this is actually 5,748.8. So a little bit confusing, but it's free. You get free worksheets. So you can download the free worksheets. Don't click open right here. Or you can click download or feedback or print or whatever. Oh, here we go. European powers of 10. I don't think I clicked on European powers of 10. Maybe I did. I don't know. Learning to multiply numbers. So we look at this. Let's open that one up. All right. Yeah, this one looks like normal. They've got the comma here instead of the decimal. All right, so I guess I just clicked on a European one instead. Well, that's what happens. All right, so then check it out. And they give you the answers here too, so that's pretty cool. You always want the answers. You don't want to do a worksheet where you don't have the answers included because then you don't know if you're getting the answer right. That's kind of dumb. So that one's pretty cool. So that one's just worksheets though, right? So worksheets are really helpful. Just get some simple practice in there. So we'll go ahead and cross that one off the list here. So highlight, all right? And then IXL is up next. So let's just X out of there. IXL. So this one, actually, I was tutoring a student who uses IXL a while back. I never thought that teachers actually use this stuff, but this one actually has like a paid thing that you could do, but they have a bunch of free stuff, which is what I'm going to talk about, obviously, because who doesn't like free stuff? And it goes all the way to calculus. So let's go ahead and go for it. Let's go all the way to the top there, or I guess to the bottom, technically. And how about infinite limits? Oh, and it gives you a little pop-up there. You can look at a preview of the thing. So let's click on this, for instance. Limits involving factorization and rationalization. So then we have this guy. Simplify any fractions and radicals in your answer. Evaluate the limit by expanding the denominator. If we expand the denominator, then it would get, you would have some t's cancel. So actually, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and look at this one. Why not? Just do this real quick. So I'm gonna copy that. Let's go back here. Let's paste it. Oh, that's what it did. It put it in as number 2. I was like, wait, where'd it go? Here it is. So let's move this over. It's so weird. All right, whatever. So we'll just look at this over here. So expand the limit, or sorry, evaluate the limit by expanding the denominator. So what they mean there is, let's say I have negative 2t. So we're going to expand, meaning like kind of not have it in a parentheses, basically. So in order to make this squared, it would have to be negative 3t minus 3 times itself. Right, you have to be careful because you can't always distribute. You can distribute the 2, but only into things that are being multiplied or divided. So that 2 just means that it's going to be that times itself. So we're going to do first times the first, 9t squared. Outer times the outer, 9t. Inner times the inner, 9t again. And then last times the last, just a bunch of 9s. All right, so then we get that. And then, of course, this minus 9 thing here. So minus 9. Well, look at that. That cancels. And then that makes 18t. So this would actually be 9t squared plus 18t. Well, now I can actually factor out a t again. I can factor out more than that, really, but we'll go ahead and factor out what we can. Why not? We can factor out a 9t, and then I would have t plus 2 in parentheses left. If I factor out a 9t on the bottom. And then the t's cancel, which means that this is really just, oh, and I forgot the limit. It's the limit as t approaches 0. So the limit as t approaches 0 of negative 2 over 9t plus 2. And then there's no problem with plugging in 0. So the reason why I had to even do all of this in the first place with limits is because I couldn't just plug in 0. If I plugged in 0, it would give me a problem. So now that I don't have a problem by plugging in 0, I can just plug in 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. Negative 2 over 18, which is negative 1/9. And I should be able to just plug that in. So let's go back to the thing here. So we want to plug in negative 1/9. So negative 1/9 and submit. And then brilliant. So there you go. And then it gives you the next one, and then you continue practicing. So it tells you whether you got it right or wrong, and if you get the wrong answer, I believe it shows you like how you can solve it, and some tips and tricks and stuff. Like for instance, let's just type in a 2. Sorry, incorrect. So then it tells you, do this, simplify any fractions or radicals, and then it tells you what to do. So remember this, solve for this, and it gives you all this explanation here. So it's more than just simple worksheets kind of thing. It gives you a little bit more explanation, things like that. It's not as much as like a whole course, but you can look up pretty much any topic in math all the way up to calculus. So it goes up pretty far there. Right? And that actually brings us to CUDA next. But before that, let's go ahead and highlight what we've done here. Keep track of where we're at. So then CUDA software is up next. This one is also pretty straightforward, kind of like the math drills one. Oh, I forgot to exit out of this page. Again. Easy convert. Nope. So this one you actually don't even really need to go to their website to do. The easiest way actually, so free worksheets, I don't know, pre-calculus maybe. So you got all these different things here. Trigonometry, polar coordinates, your polar coordinates. And then boom, here's a worksheet on polar coordinates. And the cool thing about CUDA is that they have the questions, and usually it's 1 to 2 pages. And then after the end of the second page, you get all the answers. And then here's all the answers. Boom, boom, boom. And all the answers are always in red. And that's how it works. And they have that on pretty much every topic. You saw that list of topics that were up there. It's pretty much every topic. But you can also just do this. You can say, I don't know, let's say like graphing lines. And then type in CUDA. And then if you look at the website here, CUDAsoftware.com, boom, click on that. And then it comes right up. So it's actually pretty easy to just Google it. You just Google some sort of math topic and then CUDA, and then the worksheet comes up. And then there you go. And you can solve them, and then you can check your answers. So pretty straightforward like that first website, but it's also really, really helpful to get in that practice. And again, if you're doing this practice on your own, then you're in control. You can practice as little or as much as you want, right? There's no one, over your head telling you have to do a certain number of problems, This isn't, the teacher telling you to do something. This is just you saying, hey, maybe I'll just practice a few, and then I'll feel a little better, and then I won't be able to, I won't have that test anxiety, or I'll feel more confident on the test. And that's really what you want. You don't want to go in to the test feeling anxious. You want to go in feeling confident, and you want to get a good grade, and that way you don't have to take the class again, right? You don't want to fail the class and have to take it again. You take the math class twice, or 3 times, or 4 times. So, if you get it right the first time, then there you go. You got your math credit and whatnot. Or if you're a student who really wants to up their game, maybe you already have a B or a C, and you want to up it to an A. You want to make sure you're staying at the top of your game, or you have an A and want to keep it that way. Bars. Then practice. Practice is really good. So let's exit out of there. Next one up here is math.com. Imagine that. A website called math.com for math skills. Who would have thought? All right, so let's cross the CUDA software off the list there. And they have some ads off to the side, so they make a little bit of ad revenue from putting ads on the sides here, and it's all other math stuff, because that's what I've been looking up lately, is a bunch of other math websites and stuff. But yeah, so we've got all this stuff here. Let's see, we did stats. We haven't done trig. Let's click on trig. No trig online problems yet. How about, all right, well, that was kind of misleading. Let's click on something else. How about geometry? Here we go, geometry. How about squares and square roots? All right, so there you go. So this one's really straightforward. It's pretty much just a basic, somebody probably programmed this in like HTML or something, but nonetheless, you can practice. So square root of 144, it's going to be 12. Check your answer. Oh, does it? Square root of the square number as indicated, type your answer in the box. All right, well, maybe it doesn't work very well on Chrome or something. I don't know. Well, that's really weird. Okay. Oh, that's kind of eh. Let's see if we can find something better here. Circles? Okay, that's just kind of telling me what that is. So this is just kind of some information. Oh, here we go, unit quiz. Okay. So unit quiz, I can just type in what answer I think it is, and it's just like a matching kind of thing. So you've got some options over here, and you just put those options in there, and they're all listed on this graph here. Pretty straightforward, though. Nothing too crazy. How about algebra? Order of operations? Ooh, yeah, show me. Wonder if it's an animation. No, that doesn't work. Okay. All right. So a little bit glitchy, actually, which is kind of disappointing for a website called Math.com. You know, like you would think it would be a little better, but a little underwhelmed by this one, Math.com. It's kind of glitchy, just some basic looking text or whatever. I don't even know what software they used to design this website, but that's a whole other story. So we have that one checked off the list. That was kind of a flop. Let's go back here. Math.com. All right, so the next one is MatchFishtank.org. MatchFishtank.org. Kind of weird, but here we go. It's so summary, assessment, unit prep, lesson map, standards. So if you're a teacher looking at all this, they have a ton of standards. They have them all down to the wire here. All the Common Core standards, blah, blah, blah. So that way you can see exactly what you're teaching. Your principal will really like this if you're a teacher watching this. But I went ahead and clicked this already. Download full unit. So I have it pulled up over here. Algebra 2, Unit 1 lessons, Unit 1 assessment, Unit 1 unit plan, that sort of thing. The unit plan, I clicked on that earlier. It was kind of dumb. It was just, you know, all the technical jargon and stuff. So let's see. Where do I have that pulled up? I believe I have that pulled up over here. Kajabi pulled up over there. Algebra 2, linear functions and applications, lesson 1. So you've got all this stuff here. Here's what's going on here. Oh, and there's the problem that you can do. So this is all just kind of like stuff that you can print out kind of thing. This is more along the lines of like a whole course. So you could print out this whole thing, and it's kind of like a little bit of almost like an online textbook for free kind of thing. Here's your target task, problem 1, problem 2. You know, so it's all on paper. You just kind of, you know, follow along with what they're saying on there. So more like a course, like a textbook kind of thing than anything else. But all pretty basic stuff there. So, and then Unit 1 assessment. I didn't click on this one yet, but let's see what that looks like. Okay, let the function f be defined by blah, blah, blah. Okay, what is the value of k? This is for Algebra 2, Unit 1, linear functions, applications. So, let's see. Go down to the end here. How many questions does this have? 16, apparently. Okay. So that's cool. I have no idea where to find the answers, though. So that's kind of disappointing. But this is more of like a whole online course. I believe I had to make an account for this guy. So you'll have to make like a free account. But it gives you all this stuff for free. Basically just like, you know, you got your summary, assessments, how to prep for the unit, that sort of thing. So a lot of helpful tools, really more for like parents, I guess, than students. So pretty cool though. It's all right. It's all right. So next one we got mathhelp.com. It's got a slightly sad looking individual staring at us right here. But he's going to tell us about all this C and D and number stuff here. So I already had this pulled up. It was I pulled up Algebra 2. So we can go back to the beginning. But basically you go, here's 1, and then somebody explains what a cubed is.
A to the third means a times itself 3 times, or a times a times a. This type of algebraic expression is called a power. A represents the base.
Yes, it does.
And 3 represents the exponent.
Facts. So, intro video, and then he explains how to do different ones here. And then you have the practice. So that was the instruction. Then you go to the practice, and we want to simplify this. So that's not a video. There's nowhere to click on that. And then once you solve it yourself, then you click answer, and then boom, the answer pops up. Yay! So then you have number 2. Get the answer. There's the work. Audio. Oh, they tell you how to solve it and everything too. So it's like instructions again.
Think of y as y to the first.
Yeah, so they gave you a little hint there too with a little video clip. Pretty nice. And then you got a little bonus. Whoa, some crazy stuff. And then a test. And you can take a little test on it. Homeschool user guide. You can download that. But you can take this little test here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and take it and find out how you did and blah blah blah. So let's go back to the home page. Take a look at what's at the home page there. After it takes 5 years loading. There we go. So learn math at home. Blah blah blah. Geometry. Let's do geometry next maybe. Here's all your stuff here. So introduction, triangles, circles, quads, area, similarity, volume, angle pairs, right triangles, parallel lines, just all the things. How about area of rectangles and squares? Super hard stuff. All right, so then you got this intro video again. Let's exit out of that. Got an intro video, got your practice. All right, so they give you different things here, and you got to figure out how to find the area. Oh, that's actually a little harder than I thought. Thought they were just going to give you the base and the height. All right. Well, actually, there's a little trick to this that you could do for squares. For rectangles, it doesn't really work, but for squares, it would work. But this one's doesn't look like a square, so never mind. But we'd actually have to use Pythagorean theorem to figure out what this other side is, and then then do base times height. Or at least that's one way to do it. So that one's pretty cool. And they have all the different ones. So middle, high school, all the way up to college. So college level maths. Let's go ahead and cross that one off. Math help. And that brings us into the last 2. So I kind of saved the best couple for last this time instead of in the last video where I was just kind of going through websites in no particular order. So this one had a little bit more thought to it, I guess. But we have the real numbers, the number system. You can look at that. Adding electrons, that sort of thing. So they're all interactive, which is really cool because normally, at least in my knowledge, there weren't really a lot of interactive things out there. More for younger kids, actually, which is weird because older kids like to have interactive stuff too. That's not just for little kids. But this one actually doesn't go too high. Well, it actually does. It goes up to calculus, so just kidding. It does. Let's go to calculus. Let's go up to the high level stuff. Okay, nothing changed. Is it loading? It is loading. Okay. Vertical line test. Look at that. It's not really calculus, but whatever. And this is called Plix, which is like their interactive version of CK12. But yeah, so move the red line. Notice how the x values relate to the corresponding y values. So we can actually take this line and move it around. So that's cool. You can interact with it. Move it around here and see how it interacts with these graphs. And then you click Challenge Me. And then it tells you, identify the linear graphs. Well, the line graphs are the ones that have a line in them. Well, that's only going to be number 2. None of the other ones are lines. Hey, good job. So then it goes on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So it's actually pretty cool. Let's go back to the main page here. I think I still have it on Plix, but So if you go back to the very, very beginning of the website, let's see if I can just type in CK12. I think it's .com, .org, I forget. Wait 5 years for it to load. Loading. Seems like in the evening more people want to be on the internet. I don't know what it is. Stupid coronavirus. Still loading. Wow, site can't be reached. Okay. No, it was .org. Okay, that's why. It's like, duh. It's not even going to the right place. All right. Org. Aha. There we go. So it says /teacher already when I plug it in. So it might have already, oh yeah, it says Kyle Myers up here. So that means I already had to make an account. So this is one of those ones where you have to make an account, but it's free. So, you know, it's free at the price of making an account, I guess. So you can go to classes. I don't think I made any classes. I think I just kind of created an empty account just for funsies. Okay, no, I don't want to, no, get out of here. I don't want to do any of this crap. How do I get out of here? Nope. Okay. So subjects. I think that's just my subjects. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, good. All right, so let's go to math by subject. Let's do algebra. So then you could do the PLIX, which is where we just were, with all the fun interactive stuff. And study guides. So I actually haven't clicked on that yet. Let's look in the study guides here. It's got the same little loading screen as the PLIX thing. And it looks like these are interactive as well, actually. So let's just click on the first thing that pops up here. Yeah, real numbers. Okay, so I like this a lot, actually, because I have a video on this. But, you know, my video isn't as interactive as this is going to be here. So this is really cool. Tells you what all the different number systems are. Real numbers are basically rational and irrational. It's either rational or irrational. And then rational numbers are either going to be fractions or integers. Yeah, basically. I mean, integers are, you know, can be written as fractions. So anyways. And then integers are either going to be negative, positive, or 0. They don't have whole numbers in here. They don't have the whole numbers. But whole numbers would basically be 0 and the positive numbers. The positive integers. The natural numbers. So they don't have whole numbers in there. But pretty good breakdown, I think, of the number systems there. So it's kind of just explaining it all, but it's doing it, you know, with little illustrations and stuff. So it's kind of just like a textbook, I guess. It's like a free textbook. So this is the whole course. You can basically take a whole course using all of this stuff. And all you have to do is just log in and get started. So that's pretty cool. And then the last one here, Khan Academy. So let's go ahead and knock off this one right here. Highlight. It's done. And then Khan Academy. So if you notice, I already have it logged into my my coach profile, the one that I use for my students, and I put my students on here. So I'm not going to go to my teacher dashboard. I'm just going to look at it from a student's perspective. But notice my cool little avatar over here, my little electric guy. I really like the electric type in Pokemon. So I don't know if electric type is like my favorite type in Pokemon. I think it's kind of tied with psychic. I feel like I would be an Alolan Raichu if I were a Pokemon. You know, psychic, electric type. I really like both. But anyway, so that's my little avatar there. You can change your little avatar, and you once you have enough energy points, you can upgrade it or evolve it to a higher level avatar. Very, very similar to Pokemon. They definitely knew what they were doing there. But anyways, so let's look at some of the courses here. So if you're not familiar with Khan Academy, at this point, I feel like almost everyone is. They do pretty well at marketing who they are and working with schools and stuff, because it's all free, and you can take the whole course. So you've got math all the way from early math, which I don't even know what that is exactly. But then when you look at math by grade, it starts at preschool. So you can actually just practice your preschool math on here, which is crazy because I don't ever use it for that. I always use it for, you know, high school and beyond kind of stuff. So let's look at maybe some APCalc BC. Go through here. A little intro video. And you don't see very many videos that are not Salcon pretty much all the videos are directed by Sal Khan. He uses a similar system that I use, where you just, you write on the board and use different colors and stuff like that. I actually take a lot of my inspiration from Mr. Sal. So let's look at infinite sequences and series. So you can look at, you've got the videos, and you've got these, and then notice some of these. This one, it was familiar. I must have missed a question. I just did something dumb there. But this one actually, even though the little crown at the top is missing, that's actually full points. Which, if you don't like that, that's just one of the few flaws that Khan Academy has, is whenever you actually take a little quiz or a little assignment or whatever, even if you get all the questions right, which is usually only like 4 or so. For lower levels, it's like maybe up to like 10 or so. But for higher levels of math, like high school math and stuff, it's usually only like 4 or 5 problems. But if you get all of them right, you still don't get the little crown at the top. You only get the crown at the top if you ace the test. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. But that's pretty much it as far as what I wanted to show you there. He's got the videos on the left. Well, actually, when you're looking at it like this, it's all just together. But when you actually click on something, the video is on the left. All the video type things are on the left, and the practices are on the right. And then he's actually got some solved exams here. So you can actually look at their exams, the actual AP exams. So it's pretty cool. He's got a lot of good resources on here. Speaking of good resources, there's actually one more thing I want to show you on here. Go to SAT. And I actually have an SAT practice thing set up on here. But I never use it. So it's going to look really sad. Let's see. Start practicing. So you actually have to set it up, but I already have mine set up, I believe. So it'll just take me straight to my dashboard. But yeah, so if you've already taken the SAT or PSAT, it's been so long ago since I've taken mine that I wouldn't be able to sign in and upload it. Or maybe I would. I don't know. I've never really tried it. Maybe I will now. It couldn't hurt. Try to sign into my College Board. I'd have to go look up the password or something. But yeah, what you can do is if you've already taken the PSAT or an SAT, even better, then you can actually sign into your College Board and you can upload it. And then what it does is it tells you all the gaps that you have and all the stuff that you're doing really well in. So it's like, here's all the stuff that you can focus on and make better so that there's no gaps. So you understand everything that'll be on the SAT. And then here's all the stuff that you're actually doing really well in already, but you can continue to strengthen. So it's pretty cool. So go straight to the math. And I think I have it set up to where it wants me to do 4 quizzes. Oh, wait, no, normally it doesn't do quizzes. I haven't set it up still. This is the initial thing. The initial thing is the diagnostic. If you don't set it up to where you upload a PSAT or an SAT, you can still do it. You can still go in and do the practice, and that's what I've done. But not too much. I did the first quiz, but I didn't do the other 3 quizzes. Whoops. But so there's quiz 2, 3, and 4 still. So that way they can figure out where I'm at, and they can figure out what skills I'm good at and that sort of thing. Which it may surprise you that I'm actually not 100% on all of my math skills. Sometimes there's something that I haven't taught in a while, and I just kind of start to get a little bit rusty at it, So from time to time, that kind of thing happens. So the only stuff that's on here, notice it put all of my skills at 3 here, because I think I aced it, but it just gives you 3s on all of them, because you always have room for more improvement, I guess, But all these 3s that you see on here were from that first quiz, from acing that first quiz, and then all the ones that are blank here, that's because I just haven't taken quizzes 2, 3, and 4 yet. So then you see all this stuff here, and you can take any kind of thing you want on here. You can take any of these at any time. You're not limited to just your stuff at the top. Now, once you take your diagnostics, your stuff at the top is actually just going to be certain practices that are low, and you need to practice to get better and stuff. And then there's a timed mini section at the end for each one. So it's pretty cool. And you can change how much you want to practice. There's some tips and strategies here. Full tests. I think he has all the tests, and you don't have to get the tests from him, actually. The tests that he has are just the ones that you can find online. You just type in SAT math, or you don't even need to type math. I just think math because math. But you would type in SAT practice test and then 9. or something. And then it pops up. And then you can just look at the whole thing. It's both English sections and both math sections. It doesn't have the essay, obviously, because somebody actually has to look at that and grade it and stuff. But the other stuff is all there. And you can download the answers to that test and the scoring. So you can give yourself a score. You can actually like time yourself and actually take the test and have it scored for you. It's pretty cool. And figure out what you scored, all the way up to an 800 on each section. So that actually brings us to the end of what I wanted to talk about. There's the Khan Academy thing there. So go ahead and highlight that too, because why not? And that's actually going to bring me to the end of the video for today. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like and throw a comment in the comments below if there was any that I missed. Like if there's any good courses or worksheet websites out there that we can go to and just, for free, obviously, because, I like the free stuff and I'm sure you guys do too. And there's a lot of good paid ones out there too. I've heard of people using different paid courses that are really good. And that's actually probably what I'll start to develop over time as well. So stay tuned for that. I'll be basically what I'll do is I'll incorporate all the free stuff as well and just kind of have it like all in one place, one-stop shopping kind of thing. But anyways, so if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Myers Mathematics. This is one video. This is the 6th video because today is May the 6th. This is the 6th video in a series on test prep. So this is all about preparing for the test, what you can do to start preparing for the test. So this is a little further out. This wouldn't be like, the day before the test. This would be like several weeks before the test, before you're actually ready to take it. Practice, practice, practice. Look at courses and interactive stuff and really make sure you solidify all those topics that are going to be on the test. So yeah, and if you haven't downloaded my free guide, it's called The 5 Math Mistakes Everyone Makes and How to Avoid Them. That is on my website, myersmathematics.com, just like the channel, without the space, plus the .com. So go check that out, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next episode.